Good evening!
Welcome to World Music Café from Perth, Western Australia. World Music Café features artists from around the world who are living in Australia. In this show, we meet some musicians with strong cultural links to South Asia. Plus, we meet the team behind the World Music Café social enterprise that assists people of new migrant and refugee backgrounds with skills, employment and social connection as a valued part of Australia's dynamic, culturally diverse community. So, let the World Music Café feed your soul with stories of creative collaboration and multicultural celebration through food and music.
We come from Sri Lanka, we migrated from Sri Lanka. We've got our own very traditional classical music. It's got a mix of African rhythm, and that's what we call baila. It's kind of 6/8, and I think it's very unique to Sri Lanka. It's used as a mode for venting out their feelings.
It's kind of the way every party ends.
Yeah, that's the way every party ends, and you'll even see the very quiet, reserved family members get up and dance when we play a baila song.
Yeah, I'm a musician, so I was a musician, and therefore they're my kids, they're my children. So
he was very well established in Sri Lanka, like gigging a lot, and he just always played music around the house. So and he taught us from when we were really small, and so we were like, yeah, can we learn guitar? He's like, yeah, and we'd learn to sing and all this. It was great. So it's a big part of me connecting with my roots and kind of even realizing how I can connect with other styles as well.
There's something special about connecting with, where you came from and your culture, and it's actually really important not to lose that. When I have children of my own, I would like to have something to pass on to them of my culture, and this is a special way of, keeping a part of that, keeping it going and keeping it there for future generations, especially because we're not living in Sri Lanka anymore, we're living here. It's just so nice to celebrate, how different we all are, and just the uniqueness that everyone brings, every culture and every nationality brings, and it's just fascinating to hear about, the stories behind the songs, and I always find that interesting, and that gives you a glimpse into their way of life and their culture as well. I think that's really, it's a special part of the whole concert.
Thank you very much for being a wonderful audience, and thank you to World Music Café for having us.
That in my language, the Nyungar language, was hello everybody, and I'm very happy to welcome you here today. I'm from Boorloo. Boorloo is the Noongar name of Perth, Western Australia. Noongar is the name of my language and my people. May the good spirits be with you wherever you are. So with the didgeridoo, I've got to travel to many places around the world, and I've learnt that collaboration between musical instruments is a beautiful thing, and I believe that's the same with peoples. I've played amongst some wonderful First Nations musicians throughout parts of the Americas, throughout parts of Africa, Europe and Asia. And I believe you'll get to see some of the different instruments, different styles and the different music in the World Music Café.
So I came here in 2012 to perform, and I met my wife backstage. I was like, who's this person? I need to know more about her. We got engaged in about 2014, somewhere there. And I just decided, okay, let's go to Australia for a month. Let's see what it's like. I started noticing this pattern over here that there's so many people keen to learn Indian music, but there's just been no other artist or any professional artist who's just decided I'll stop here and teach. They usually come visit and then they're back. So I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. And that's how it just happened. Then I stayed back. yeah. And then it started getting really fun, because once I started getting into the music circle as part of it, then you start knowing a lot more about people's interest here and how they think, and it's really fascinating. So it was a very different and new world for me. Since coming to Australia, I've seen a lot of interest over here in Indian art and Indian culture. And it's not just amongst the Indian audiences, it's just a big mix of all different ethnicities, and they all somehow love the whole tradition behind it as well. It's not just, oh, I want to learn this and just move my hands on it. So everyone's really keen to even know, okay, where did the sarod come from and how many years back, all these different sarod styles of playing. There's quite a few different instruments that I teach. Sarod would be the first one. Sarod, sitar, harmonium, bansuri, classical singing. The important part is I teach music. That's what I would say. So any student that comes in, that's the first thing I talk to them as well, that I'm teaching them music and the general knowledge as such, that if someone's learning keyboards, once they've understood the foundation of it, they should be able to use that same logic and move to another instrument and be like, okay, this is sa, this is the second note, this is the third note, this is the fourth note. And then you just have to learn the physical aspect of the other instrument. If anyone's playing music or learning music, just learn the technical side and learn the foundation correct. I think that's the most important part. And then be genuine to whatever you're doing. Do it for yourself when you're playing music. Don't try to play because you want to impress someone else, because that life is short-lived. Once you've reached that point, then what next? Yeah. I think World Music Café is awesome in bringing musicians together. You come across so many people from different countries who you would not have thought that you would come across. So, yeah, it's awesome. yeah.
Hi there, my name is Rajeev Fernando. I'm the guitar player and sort of musical director of the band.
Hello, my name's Pav Rodrigo and I'm the vocalist in the band.
You were born in Sri Lanka as well?
I was born in Sri Lanka,
so
yeah.
we were both born in Sri Lanka. I've been here since 1986.
So I moved here when I was 10 years old, so more than 15 years now, been in Australia, yeah.
Youth is from Indonesia, Malcolm's from Singapore, and Barney was born in Scotland. Yeah, so it's a huge mix of people, music styles. That's what we like to mix it all together and produce something that's hopefully unique. It's all about getting people to dance. That's our philosophy, that's what we want to do, that's really I think what people enjoy most about music is the guide and dance, and they feel like the audience to feel part of the performance in a way. Forget about trouble for a while and just everyone to be together and just vibing on the music. The response we've had so far has been really great, really, and people want us to play more and more Sri Lankan music. So we're not actually purely a Sri Lankan band. We play, as you've seen, we play a lot of different music. But yeah, we're getting a bit of demand for us to play more Sri Lankan music, which is good. So I guess it's being received quite well. Music in general for me is something that I've grown up with my family, and I'm sure you, in Sri Lanka, music is part of everything, you know, birth, death, in between, but every party has to have music. It's amazing that you get this whole different variety of musicians and music that you'll never hear or see probably outside of the World Music Café, really, because you know, this is not mainstream stuff. Thank goodness, because you know, it's really, really good stuff. You know, it's really, really good music. So without World Music Café, a lot of us wouldn't have that first opportunity to get our foot in the door, let's say, you know, and to play to an audience that we say normally wouldn't. You know, if you're in a Sri Lankan band, you would normally be playing for Sri Lankan events, you know, dinner dances and things like that. You very rarely play for an Australian audience. So the World Music Café gives us a chance to play to an Australian audience. So it's very important, and it's we're very, very happy that World Music Café exists, and yeah, we're fully supportive of their mission, of what they're trying to do.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Silva. And we have Rajeev Fernando.
Let's meet the team behind the World Music Café's social enterprise and how it all started.
I'll never forget when you brought food.
Yeah.
It was one of the best meetings, and I just thought, come and have lots more meetings. We met through working in the southeast of Perth, and Mum had started a new group called United in Diversity, which is a very exciting group which brought together a lot of her students from the TAFE, and I was introduced to them, and I just thought this has so much potential, and it was really exciting and wonderful to see the diversity of people engaging with the community.
So I came here as a skilled migrant. I also had to overcome the same barriers as any other migrant would have. And when I became a lecturer in TAFE, I met the students of Migrant English program, and I said, they are going through the same experience that I went through. We wanted to meet migrants where they are and help them to contribute to the community in their own way. That's why I started United in Diversity, and we became community partners for World Music Café.
When we started World Music Café, the purpose of this was to create opportunities for social and economic integration for people of new migrant and refugee backgrounds into the Australian community. We gathered everyone together and we talked about what type of social enterprise this could be. The feedback was that it should be something around catering and hospitality.
Music, yeah.
And music. And we decided that it would be easier to do the catering as an event-based catering model. So that's when this idea of dinner and show came about, and then the name World Music Café seemed to encapsulate both the music and the food. Hoda, you were there right at the start, and of course Mumta, but in the kitchen, that first event would just not have happened if it wasn't for you, Hoda.
Absolutely.
And you have been there consistently through every show over the last 3.5 years, and I'm so grateful for your commitment to the project.
When I am start with Music Café, also I am scared. Maybe people not accept me. This is why I put myself from that one. I want to see what happen after. But you know, it's amazing people. You know, I have a job now, proper job, this. And also, everything changed in my life. My kids more happy. I can look after for my kids more. And now I can take it my kids what you like, you know, and now it's, you know, important to me. I take it my kids to fly from Sydney to Sydney.
On Monday.
This I never think beyond my fault I can do it that one. Never. Because this from, you know, United University and also from, you know, from Music Cafe, these two make me change in life.
Although World Music Café is a moving feast of music and food, what it's doing to the showcasing of cultures is very important in a multicultural country like Australia. Not only has the number of shows increased and the scope increased, but more importantly, the number of people that are involved in the social enterprise are from all walks of life, from all different countries, from all different cultures, and it's become a really good model in itself to say that if you continue to consistently work with migrants, anything is possible. They don't need a hand-me-down, they just need a hand.
I've been born, raised in India, in Pune. This is my father, Pandit Shekhar Borkar, and he's my guru in Indian music. So a guru is basically, he teaches you not just the physical part, but also the spiritual, emotional, all those different aspects of music playing, along with it being life lessons. With the spiritual side of it, there's like these rags were connected to our Vedas, and like it's always considered that it has a connection to different energies around, and different combination of notes creates a different kind of vibe. So even if I'm feeling something, you'll eventually feel it as well, because of that connection that passes through to the next person.
Praashekh and his younger brother. Well, they've been listening to music ever since I've been, you know, ever since they were born, because I've been teaching in the house and, you know, students have been coming. And so music was always, you know, I mean, they imbibed a lot of things. Initially, I got him a toy sarod. I got Praashekh a toy sarod when he was 4, you know. And I said, just play around with it, you know, break it if you want to, you know. Like, you know, you're not meant to play it now. You're supposed to just see it, you know, and observe. And he just kept strumming, you know. Like even his daughter right now, my granddaughter, we got her a small sarod too, you know, from India, you know. I said, play around with it, you know. Use it like a toy. Like, you know, they keep seeing that instrument, you know, they're curious, you know, what is this? And they ask questions as they grow. So he grew into it. And then slowly I made him sit down in this position, you know. And I never pushed them, you know. I told them, just enjoy yourself, you know. And they kept playing, you know, and they grew into it, you know. This has been the journey for them. From the age of 7, I gave them a full-size sarod. They were pretty small that time. They were not very big. Probably just bigger than the sarod, you know. And they had to reach out for the notes, you know. I said, that's the way it should be, you know. And that's how they've been traveling.
Yeah, we technically
and they're doing good. I'm happy, you know, he's here, and they're both contributing in their own ways.
Nowadays, I prefer thinking of what's best for the music. If that means I just hold one note for an hour, that's fine. But if that makes the music sound better, that's what it needs. It's not about me having to show off, I'm this good, look at my skill. That's not necessary. And I think that's helped me grow as a musician, not as a, like, okay, get famous, get this, that. But it's connected me a lot more to the actual world of music.
ख्वाबों में तू होती है रूबरू तेरी सूरत ही ऐसी
I had a band in India. I'm here in Australia for around 5 years. I had a band in India called Ragamorphism. The same genre we used to, do the music. So once I came here, I was looking for like-minded guys and who can basically participate and do this kind of music. I'm the main composer of this band. I normally create the, music for this, and I play sarod as well. But there are compositions which my teammates also come up with that has been performed together. World Music Café is definitely the kind of venue we look forward to perform. I have seen more appreciation with the Australian audience doing this kind of music. And the appreciation and the interest is really amazing. So this experience has been really very good. I've seen everyone so happy and so excited. Honestly, I can say I'm very, very happy performing here. Recently, I have come to India for a month, and I'm very lucky to have my old colleagues with whom I've worked previously. And currently, we are jamming, we're practicing a particular track.
Well, I'm a bass player. My name is Moinaknath Chaudhary. I'm from Kolkata. Very excited to be a part of this project, which I feel is a true world music project where we are literally connecting cultures. As you can see, most of us from Kolkata, we don't play ethnic instruments, but I play bass, Gaurav plays keyboard, he's playing a drum kit. So, recontextualizing that into global music by itself is quite a walk.
Hi, hello my musicians, friends of World Music Café. I am Tomal. I'm a pianist, composer and a singer-songwriter, and I have worked with Avra now over 10 years, I guess. I am very lucky to be a part of this. Thank you.
Hi, my musicians, friends of World Music Café. This is Himadri, the drummer. As you can see, we are very much excited. Everyone, I think, so much excited to collaborate this project, the World Music Project, with Avra. And I must say that we are very much enjoying the music of our own. Thank you.
I think of music is bigger than all of us. It's like what people relate to as this is a God figure or big energy. That's what I think of music. I think passion with music is like you have to play or sing with your full, genuine self. I'm very passionate about having genuine music. That you have to mean it. So I think every piece that I do is like it'll just randomly come to me. It's not that when I'm sitting to compose or sitting to make a piece, I'll be like, oh, I'm not going to sit and compose today. It doesn't seem to work usually with that. It'll happen at the most random points where something just comes to me. And it'll happen when I'm feeling something. Or sometimes it's completely blank. Like I'll just be sitting and you know how a butterfly would come to you. That's something like that. You try to chase it, it's not going to happen. So yeah, regarding World Music Café, I really like how it brings together different cultures and different styles of music. I mean, I would have not known about so many musicians here if not through World Music Café. So it definitely introduces a lot of like local listeners as well, different styles of music, different cultures, and yeah, definitely a wonderful concept to make the world a smaller place, I think. Yeah.
Wow.